I mean, of course, if you are who is listening to this video, if you are not a professional player, maybe for you it's not so obvious. You can think that I'm bad loser, whatever nonsense, I got angry, or, well, very primitive explanation. I mean, of course, it's not the case. It's just that I'm absolutely convinced that 99% of professional players would agree with me that with this moment that why, I mean, this time management, some moves were really, really strange.
Maybe Vlad wants to play 3-2? Oh yes! Wait, no, what? He accepted. Wow. This is my first time playing Kramnik in my life. Let's play his opening against him. I'm honored. I'm honestly honored. And I'm playing his opening. Let me change the title. I guess I'm gonna get a master class, you know.
Hans is playing the most fashionable line nowadays, so probably he knows very well the theory. Knight h4, this is the way they play. Of course, I've forgotten everything and confused everything. So h5, played instantly. Actually, that was one of the strange things that, at the first part of the game. So now we start with this kind of strange things, strange time management. Bishop e5 was played incredibly quickly. After, well, basically logical move knight d4, for some reason bishop d7, it took black, I think, 5 seconds for this move. I don't understand what, there is no other move, obviously, yeah.
Can you change the title? I'm a huge fan of Kramnik. I'm actually really happy that he accepted my challenge. I've never played him before. I read his biography.
Actually, I think by this moment it's already moved 20, and we are definitely not in theory. Already, I think Black spent just few seconds.
Like, he's like, in terms of openings in modern chess, he created everything.
So everything was played instantly. But okay, for some reason here 6 seconds it took Hans to play this move.
Literally created every single, at least all the major, pioneered so many major openings.
As you see, just a strange feeling was like accumulating during the game. So it was already a bit strange why such move takes 6 seconds. According to what Hans was doing earlier, he is very, very well aware of all the nuances of this position. I mean, a4, I'm sure any strong grandmaster will tell you that it's a move which is made automatically in this position. Of course, if you can open up the A line, trying at some point to enter on the A line, you're organizing counterplay on the queen side, so it's like, I would play it in half second. It's just very obvious that you should play a4. But for some reason, instantly, black plays king c6, a move which kind of puzzled me. Because first of all, king is doing nothing on c6. Secondly, it gives me a chance at least to close the flank, and I play a4. Of course, here I'm already not worse, basically just a draw here. And now, in, I think, like 3 seconds, Hans played king b7.
Okay, I don't really see how he breaks through.
Of course, it's not spoiling the position for black, but it's clearly just loss of couple of tempes. The most important, even not tempes, but the fact that I managed to stabilize my queen side. Both sides, well, there's nothing really active to do, and probably the game will end in a draw. Here, again, a very strange decision. I just get this strange feeling that by part of the play of black, it's pretty clear that first of all, he knows very well the theory. Second, he knows the typical ideas. So before move king c6, all moves were perfect and absolutely in the line with understanding of this Berlin endgame. Now, first of all, not playing a4 was the first very big surprise for me. And secondly, now, okay, I would say probably move like king c8 would be logical, very standard move. Hans played rook h5. I fail to understand the sense of this move. I mean, to me, it's pretty clear rook is better on h8 than on h5. So why to play rook h5? I'm not threatening knight g5 in any way, because simply black can whether take on g5, whether play f6. In both situations, the rook is totally fine. On h8 is better than on h5. So, I mean, another move which I just didn't get the point. Very, very strange move. But of course doesn't spoil anything still. So I went rook e2, there were other options, it doesn't matter, the position is about equal. Finally now king c8. It was clear to me that black started to drift a bit, I mean some strange moves. So well, let's try to confuse him, knight g5, to keep the game going. It doesn't really make much sense, this move, because actually it's not a great move, because black can take on g5, then just put pawn on g6, bishop on e6, basically it's simply a draw. But even better is f6, and black is doing very well here. In any case, it would have been much better for him to have rook on h8, but it's already for some reason on h5. I went knight e4, of course expecting immediate bishop d4 check. For some reason here, of course there are moves like bishop d8, but of course it's obviously strange to put bishop on d8. I mean, bishop d4 check is a move I would play instantly, it's quite obvious, yeah? But for some reason it took 11 seconds for Hans to play this move. I was puzzled why he's thinking on the most obvious move, bishop d4 check. I'm just telling how my kind of confusion was growing, yeah? Okay, I haven't seen anything of this sort in my chess career, because Blake is playing very well. I mean, it's a very strong player is playing, but some decisions are strange and the time management is totally impossible to understand. So rook h8, this is played quickly, very good move. As I explained already, obviously rook's better placed on h8. Now actually bishop g6 was the best move, and strangely enough white's position is simply bad after bishop g6, but okay, bishop f6 was played.
These pawns are very weak long term. They start getting counterplay and everything. It's quite loose. Go rook d2.
Kind of strange move, I didn't get the point. I mean, I thought maybe black wants a draw. Bishop d7 was played, 4 seconds. This move, interesting move, kind of original also, came as a surprise to me, because bishop is very well placed on f5. Yeah, what I want to say is that in this moment, black have spent, I think, only 1 minute on his clock yet. So it was very quick. In general, I mean, those moments where Hans was thinking, that were basically almost only moments where he spent time, where at least I wouldn't have spent time. I mean, it would definitely take me longer to play some other moves he played, but there I didn't quite understand why he spent so much time. But now, okay, a move which totally puzzled me here, not because it's a bad move, I mean, not at all, it's just so unusual, I would say. I mean, it's a move which would never cross my mind, frankly, and I'm pretty sure that most of grandmasters, I mean strong grandmasters, would not even consider this move, because, okay, according to engine, the best move is rook f8, gives black a huge advantage, almost winning. I don't know why, but okay, it is the case. But then, what kind of useful move would you make in this position? Of course, king b7. I mean, it's like automatic for any strong player.
King b8. Okay, king b8 was a mouse slip. King b8 was a mouse slip. If you look at my stream, you'll see that it was a mouse slip.
It's totally automatic. For some reason, Hans played king b8. I mean, I was puzzled just trying to understand why on b8. What is at least a one single situation or profit of this move king b8 compared to king b7? I mean, humanly, if you already decide to improve position of your king, I mean, 99 out of top 100 players would play king b7. I mean, why he's playing king b8? I was trying to get the point. I couldn't manage. Actually, engine is saying that they're equally second, third line, king b8, king b7. But in fact, after king b8, his next move is king b7 with black. So anyway, I mean, it's a little bit strange. I mean, it was like my feeling of some kind that I'm puzzled was growing and growing. You know, in this moment, I think black still had like more than 1.5 minutes on his clock. So playing extremely fast in general. And it's move 45 already, by the way. But then some really strange things started to happen. Simplest is bishop b2, just to keep two bishops, then bishop goes to d1 or b3, and a pawn simply is unstoppable. Well, time to resign for white. Then another very simple solution is just to play bishop c6, g4, h4, king c3, bishop e4, also resigns basically. So anything wins here. And now for next two moves, I mean, that was something where when I decided, okay, I just don't get the logic of my opponent. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand when he thinks, why he thinks when he thinks, why he plays quick some actually not easy moves. So okay, I don't want to play. I'm totally confused. That's why, I mean, so here for the next two moves, almost a minute was spent by black for the first time in this game. I mean, exactly in the moment when there is basically nothing to think, it's just winning. Bishop c6 was played, not a great move, 22 seconds. That's still okay. Strange move, because of course my only response is bishop takes f6. But now that was a moment which is, again, I mean, you can put this position for any grandmaster. Well, the choice is very obvious here. I mean, well, there is bishop takes f3 or gf6, obviously. Yeah, if bishop takes f3, bishop g7, bishop g2, h4, I mean, but it's totally obvious that it's a completely draw. And it's at the same time totally obvious that after gf, black is close to winning or winning, yeah? So there is not even a question, it's completely obvious decision to play gf6, and of course, I think for any 26 plus grandmaster, it would take a few seconds to understand, well, there is nothing to think, gf6, of course. Here it was the moment when Hans, it was the longest reflection of Hans, 32 seconds. I mean, I was even thinking maybe he got disconnected. What is going on? I mean, why? There is nothing to think here. So 32 seconds, gf6 was played. I mean, of course, if you are, who is listening to this video, if you are not a professional player, maybe for you it's not so obvious those things, and you can think that I'm bad loser or whatever nonsense, that that I got angry, or, well, very primitive explanation. I mean, of course it's not the case. It's just that I'm absolutely convinced that 99% of professional players would agree with me that with this moment, that why, I mean, this time management, some moves were really, really strange. I'm just telling you that I simply started to have my doubts. I mean, I haven't seen anything like that before. This kind of time management, this very strange, biggest part of the game, Blake played with a lot of understanding and very, very, very good game. By the way, 92.5 or something precision, which is very high. But at the same time, 3 or 4 moves were played just simply senseless, just didn't make any sense at all. Yeah, so okay, that's why, okay, I just decided, well, for the moment I'm not sure, I'm confused. Okay, let me see what is going to happen, but in future with games of Hans, and let's see how he plays in other games. It came quite a surprise for me that Hans offered me to play 3+2 blitz. I wanted to give it a try because I understand that he went through a difficult period. Well, at least partly he is frankly himself responsible for all this, but I thought, okay, maybe he wants to start a new life, I would say, to start a new chapter of his life, and well, why not to give it a try, and I would be very happy if this is the case. Who knows? Yeah, I'm kind of puzzled now. I don't know.
Guys, I saw Kramnik's video. I watched all 46 minutes, okay? I just, if you'd like to speak to me and you'd like to understand my playstyle, I'd be happy to. I've always been a big fan of him. I don't want to resolve this in a negative way. If you would like to analyze games, to be honest, guys, I was actually going to ask Kramnik to be my coach. I wanted to have some training sessions with Kramnik. So I don't know how likely that is going to be now. But I was actually really wanted to. I was trying to get some coaching with him. I don't know about that now, but if you'd like to evaluate my chess strength, I'd be more than happy to pay him to have a camp with me, if you would like to fully evaluate my strength and understand my playstyle better. The king b8. Okay, king b8 was a mouse slip. King b8 was a mouse slip. If you look at my stream, you'll see that it was a mouse slip. That I will say. King b8 was a mouse slip.